Nice tree stand out there. Just doing a little morel hunting today. I found some in here last year. I think it was around May when I found them in this spot last year, so I think it's still a little early. We just had a bunch of rain too. It's a muddy mess back in here. I came out 3 weeks ago. I didn't come this far down, but I came out here 3 weeks ago to check it out. It was still really, really dry, so I didn't figure there'd be anything. But probably since we've had this rain, maybe give it another week or so, and they ought to start popping. I've been seeing videos all over Facebook of people finding them. What is that? If there's somebody standing down there for a minute. Yeah, they're finding them all over right now. We haven't. It's been pretty dry here, so we hadn't had the rain like everybody else has. There was a bunch of deer on this road when I first came in. There's an old tree stand right there too. Spend a lot of time in here. I used to. I don't really anymore. Had a lot of weird stuff happen in here. All those deer that they took off back that way earlier. Sure is green in here. There's been a few sightings in here. Animal Planet did an investigation here. Most of you probably already know that, or if you're from Oklahoma, there was some kayakers that saw one. The river's right over here. It's just, I could probably walk. Well, it's a little muddy, but I could walk right over to it. Some kayakers were they were kayaking at night, from what I remember, and they saw one drinking out of the river. I'm sure they're making a lot of racket over there. I don't know if that's because of me, or there's something else over there. What's weird, you would think you'd find those morels back in here. I've searched all over back in these areas, and I don't really find them back here. I found them along that road for some reason. I don't know if the deer eat them all back here or what. I searched all over back in here one day and didn't find nothing. Anyway, This is just going to be a short video, not really Bigfoot or anything. I'm in an area where they've been seen, but I just figured I'd video. It's a nice day. It's Easter. Family just left. I had to take some food over to my son. He didn't make it over. So I took him a plate, and he lives not far from here. This is kind of about halfway between his house and mine, and I figured I asked him if he wanted to come with me. He didn't think they'd be out yet, the Morels, and I think he's right. But I like to videotape, just in case something was to happen. You never know. There was a last weekend. It was either last weekend or weekend before. There was a research team in here, and this road goes up here and curves around, and then it dead ends and then goes to the left. And they had done a meeting at the library, like a training session thing, and then some of them came. It was raining that day really bad, but some of them came out here to do some looking around. They've found lots of trackways out here, structures, and I mean, I have too. You can go to my other channel and see all that stuff from all the. Just find the stuff that says Stinchcomb Wildlife Refuge. That's here. But anyway, they found some tracks over here on this. I think that's where it looked like that's where they were at. They said the west side of the lake or refuge. This is about as far west as you can get. I mean, it does go around that way, but you can't. You have to either park where I'm at now and walk all the way over that way. It goes all the way to the turnpike, and then the river goes under that and continues on to western Oklahoma. But there's nowhere you can't park over there anywhere and access it. Or you can park underneath that bridge, I guess, and hike in this way. But I think where they found those prints, that road right here, cuts back that way, and that's where they found those tracks just last weekend. And it was why somebody would be out here and cold, rainy weather and bare feet. You could tell they were definitely barefoot tracks. And the guy would have to have pretty good sized feet too. I don't know. You just usually don't see that. There's another old tree stand right there. But it looked like that's where they were at, was this road right here. River's right up there. Yeah, this road here, I think this is where they found a structure down in there too. I don't know how far down that was. The river's just right over here. But yeah, down there is where they found those tracks last weekend. What's that? Oh, there's a deer. It's like I saw movement down there, and I was like, what in the world is that? Actually, there's a couple of them there. So I did a TikTok video walking in looking for those mushrooms, and There was a bunch of them. Well, there was just 2 on the road when I came in, and then they booked it to the forest and took off. That's weird. What is that thing? What in the world is that? Is it a geocache? What? I bet you that's a geocache. I'll be damned. Huh, it's got a key and everything. Interesting. Didn't know that was there. Wow. Well, there's a geocache if anybody wants to find it. Everything in there is kind of... There's a notebook in it. Like, most of them have notebooks in them where you can sign them. But that thing is waterlogged. Well, that was cool. Look and see if there's any tracks around here. Those deer are still down there too. This part of the forest here, I haven't really been back in there. It's super thick, but I think right up here is where they found those tracks. Those deer, they're headed to this field over here to eat the crop they got out there, wheat or whatever that is. Let's see if we can walk over here to the river. See how far up it is. It is Easter Sunday. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter and got to spend some time with their families. We had a great morning at church. That looks like an interesting trail that goes in there. I have to check that out sometime. A lot of people come here and fish. Yeah, it's definitely up. It was pouring this morning. There went something over there. Just took off. Sound like a deer making some noise. I don't know what these are over here. Those things are noisy. I saw it, whatever it was. What is that? There's something coming up the river right there. Look at that. Is that a beaver? What the heck is that? It's got to be a beaver. think it's a beaver. Boy, he's gonna slap his tail, watch. If he sees me, he's gonna get pissed. Yep, there he is. If I can zoom right. Hey, Mr. Beaver. See? I knew if I moved, he'd do it. That's funny. Well, that's cool. Got to see some deer and a beaver. It's getting dark though. I'm gonna have to start heading out of here. Well, it's not dark, but it's getting. I just heard something again over there. I'm pretty sure it was a deer, but I seen the side of it move right through there. It went right through here. It sounded like I could hear when a deer does that. That's what I think I heard that when it's probably just a deer. This place is loaded with them. It's a wildlife refuge. So, I mean, they know they're safe in here. They're not going to get hunted. You can duck hunt here. They do allow that. Just no deer hunting. Let's check this out real quick and then we'll get out of here. See what's back in here. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little while before, probably in a couple more weeks, Morels ought to start popping, or I'm just not. And maybe what I did over there, I'm not a professional. There's a bunny rabbit. I'm not a pro when it comes to morel hunting, but he thinks I don't see him. See the bunny? He may have some little ones there, so I'm not going to bother him. Anyway, what I was getting at is I've always been told to not big old bone there. Not to pull the whole mushroom out, but to cut it off, leave about an inch or so in there in the ground, and you can either cut it off or pinch it off, which is what I usually do. I usually don't have a knife. I came over here to look at this. That's usually a good spot. This is in this kind of a neat little area right here. I might have to come back here. Check that out. I just don't want to be stuck. I don't have a flashlight. I don't want to be stuck in here when it gets dark. It doesn't look like it's that dark on camera, but it's getting there. Anyway, yeah, I hadn't put a video out in a long time. So I figured I'd do a little recording, and I don't have my gimbal with me today, so it might be a little bumpy. I apologize. I really wasn't planning on doing a video. I was just coming to look for some morels after we ate dinner. I had planned on getting out a lot more this last winter to get the new channel up and going. We did a couple trips, but I just didn't get out as much as I wanted to. My feet, I've got a bad ankle that just with me going back to work, I've been back to work almost a year now, since June. And there's some days I can't even, I'll get off work, go home, shower, and go to bed, and I'll have to get up to use the restroom, and I can't even walk to the restroom. It's so bad sometimes. I think that deer's still down there. So it makes it hard to get out. And then you're walking in. Today I'm walking in muck boots. I try to always wear those no matter what, unless it's a long hike and it's on a trail. Number one, for days like this, you don't have to. You can walk right through a creek if you need to. But for snakes and other snakes is the main reason. I mean, I'm sure they could still get through part of this boot, but it's better than nothing. If it's summertime, and I know they're out, I'll even wear the snake gaiters. Man, this is a beautiful day. But yeah, I'm gonna try to start uploading more videos. I'll be out here a lot. I'll start coming back out here more. I just don't have anybody to do it with anymore. Since 2015, I had what is that? There's something in the road up here. Something big. I think it was a deer. They're coming from this forest to get to this field to eat this weed or whatever it is, I know. So, oh, there's another one. There's a bunch of them in here. Anyway, I started doing this in 2015, and I had, between that time and 2 years ago, I had 2 different girlfriends that were, they loved doing this with me. And that was awesome, having a companion to come out here and do this with. I mean, I've got some buddies too, but we're all just getting so old, and we got jobs and lives, and it's hard to, but it was nice to have that, that's someone to come out here and do that and like to do the same kind of thing. But that's long gone, and to be honest, I don't want to do that again. I'm done with all that. I'm happy being alone and don't have to deal with pleasing somebody and this and that. That's not for me. And that may change one of these days. I'm not looking for it though. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm happy. I'm helping take care of my mom and dad now. They're getting in their golden years and they need help. So I'm in the situation where I can do that now. I don't have to worry about, a female complaining about I'm spending too much time with them or whatnot. It's, God worked out the situation the way it needed to be, and I'm happy for that. I'm closer to all my family now. This is where I actually grew up for most of my life, was this area, and then moved out to western Oklahoma for, I don't know, around 15 years, somewhere around in there. And I loved it out there. I still consider that my second home. I do miss it because there wasn't as many people as there is here. It was peaceful. The lake, I was literally a mile and a half from the lake, and I mean that's where I was at daily. Had some stuff happen out there, some encounters. If any of you are new to this channel, I know I only have like 19 subscribers right now. I'm sure some of those are from my old channel, if not all of you. If there's any of you that are new and you don't know who I am, go check out my first channel. It's just Sooner Sasquatch, and you can get caught up on all the my old videos. And I'm not saying I'm anybody. I'm just a country boy from Oklahoma out here looking for monsters in the woods and morel mushrooms. It's just something that gets me out of the woods. Some people call us crazy and other choice words, but I enjoy it. You know, some people get a kick out of riding roller coasters. I get a kick out of doing this, so. And I found some stuff too. I mean, I've seen some stuff, found some stuff. So there's something going on for sure. We just don't know exactly what it is. And I don't know that we will know anytime soon. The government's not going to acknowledge that. Just because they came out and said we are being visited by UFOs, there's something about these things that's way different. There's all sorts of theories, you know, with the fallen angels, the Nephilim, and that some of these could be genetically engineered by our government. You know, that's kind of where I was headed with it for a long time, but a lot of the signs are pointing towards it being Nephilim. I mean, biblical stuff. Now, I don't think that's all of them, because you see, there's different kinds of these things. Like some that look more animal-like, more like a monkey. Some that look more human. I think the ones that look more human are the biblical ones, the Nephilim. I think the ones that look more animal-like could be that you know, genetically engineered stuff that the government did, and or it's just been something that's left over and has been able to evade people for a long time. We just can't catch up with it. But there's definitely different types. I don't think it's all one thing. I could be wrong. And then you got the damn dogman thing. I mean, what in the hell is that? For the longest time, I was like, you know what? I don't know about the dogman. That just seems a little... But you can't close doors on certain things. You have to be open-minded. I mean, I'm not going to say there's unicorns running around, but you have to be open-minded. When people say they see something, you know, if it's just one person says they see something, okay. But when hundreds of people are saying it, thousands of people are seeing the same thing, you know, if they were seeing different things, if everybody's seeing something different, it'd be a different story. But when everybody's seeing the same damn thing, I mean, if even one of those people's telling the truth, what the hell is going on? Anyway, I'm rambling. Where am I at? 30 minutes here? This has been more of a nature video than anything. Got to see some critters, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, 90% of my videos, probably more than that, that's all it is. I mean, a lot of my old subscribers were just people who like to watch. They can't get out of the house for what reason or another, you know. And this is their escape. They can watch these videos. I love watching camping videos, and stealth camping is my new kind of a neat rock. Stealth camping is kind of my new I love watching those. I'd like to get into it. You know, I've had some health issues with my heart and different things. I don't want to do anything like that by myself. I used to go camping and stuff like this by myself, but I'd hate to have something happen and be alone. I'd like to find someone to do that with. I think, and I don't know. There's a lot of people who enjoy going out and camping by themselves. I don't know what the fun in that is. I like having somebody there to enjoy it with and talk to, and share the experience with. There's a crap ton of people who go out and do it by themselves and they enjoy it. I don't know what they get out of it, but I like having company there to, like, look at what I found. Look at this. Look at that. Anyway, I think it's still a little too early since we just had this rain. It's been really dry. But I'll come back and I'll bring you guys with me. We was supposed to do a Bigfoot camp out here, what was that, 3 weeks ago? And it got rained out, so they canceled the trip. Or maybe that was 2 weeks ago. And that was really going to be the last one of the season because it just gets too hot in Oklahoma to camp in the summertime. I won't do it, and most of the guys in the group won't do it. And we had all asked off for that weekend, and it's got canceled. We can't just keep taking off weekends, so I don't think there'll be another one anytime soon. But you never know. But me and Joey, we're trying to set up a trip to McGee Creek. We're going to go check that out. Me and Tom will probably be back out here checking this area out quite a bit. I think we're going to go try to do some fishing this week out here. I might film some of that. I need to start learning how to edit videos. I still haven't really messed with that. I never edited any of my old videos when I was out looking. What you see is what you get, which was usually nothing. There goes a deer right there. There's probably some more up here. There's a marsh right through here. When you go through this first little area, it's about 50, not even that, 30 yards, and then it goes into a marshy area. And he was trying to run through there to get away from me. This field's probably full of, oh look, right there. Like I said, this field is probably full of them at night. Hey guys. In Oklahoma, I used to hunt. I don't hunt anymore. I'm not really, if I had to, I would. I'm more pro-life. I don't really want to kill anything anymore, but 30 minutes, if you want to kill a deer in Oklahoma, morning time is not, unless you're in eastern Oklahoma, morning time it's a waste of time getting up. 30 minutes before dark, you find a field like this, there they go, and you're gonna get you a deer. There's some big does. Anyway, nice nature video I got today. But anyway, if you are new subscribers, thank you, and I'll try to put together some more stuff. I'm gonna start learning how to edit videos, and it isn't gonna be a Sasquatch channel now. It's gonna be a little bit of everything. Camping, and I might even get into that stealth camping thing a little bit. I'd just like to find somebody to do it with. I shouldn't even be out here right now by myself, but I was on my way home, and as long as I've got my phone, I'm good. But anyway, and if you're returning from my old channel, thank you for switching over. I wish there was a way to get all those subscribers back to this one, but I just got locked out of it, and I can't access it anymore. That's no big deal. I've slowed down a lot from when I was even 10 years ago. I was doing way too much, wearing myself out. This would be a nice picture right there, wouldn't it? All right, guys. Well, I'm almost back at my truck. I think I'm gonna take a picture here. I like that. But hope everyone had a great Easter. God bless every single one of you, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.